Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Disco Elysium with me, Bring It On. Let's check out Ruby's camp. Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Cooking utensils. She's prepared herself porridge with bananas. 8 doll hairs. And Druamine. Plus 3 health. Oh, we definitely need that.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately.
Look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled-up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Shiny flashlight on the books. See, I'm really glad I equipped that before entering this building.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. I sift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook. Take it.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Okay. Ruby's journal. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
What kinds of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lily died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
I'm really glad it just popped up because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if we're supposed to know what she's hinting at here. Anything about La Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Read the entry from March 9th first.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake.
Yeah, this is a coincidence. I never kill people for a mob boss.
The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand.
Read the entry from March 12th.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me.
In fact, if she just heard it on the radio, the Madre's agent, quote, was coming to get her. Several officers showed up at the same time. 3 other officers supposedly showed up with my character. And then Kim also showed up. I don't think Kim was working for Madre, but it's possible.
Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
Alright, what's the most recent entry? I conclude with journal.
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
Lieutenant taps on the page. Well, if she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her.
He frowns.
Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the Madre.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He looks you straight in the eye for a moment, then sighs.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Claudia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
He stops to think. But no one heard the shot.
Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her.
If she's still there when we get back.
One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling-in-Rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
The plain red tent stands by.
Alright, back to the whirling. If Lillian is out there, we'll stop and talk to her and see about going on a date too. So I believe that's a suggestion check, and we do have that jacket we found down here that gives us +1 to that. I'm sure some other outfit options that will help as well. Always got to dress to impress. Also, I did like how Ruby, she's very, not defensive, but very upset at like the people around her. So like Tommy, the washerwoman, because she believed everybody ratted her out. So she has trust issues, it seems. But none of them did. Like, they all seemed to genuinely care for her. Titus, the Hardy Boys in general. Tommy, the washwoman, everyone who's interacted with Ruby does seem to have at least a decent opinion of her. What if we talk to her about Ruby? Nope. Let me double check and make sure this is a suggestion check.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
She nods.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
Yeah, what is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me.
She tilts her head and looks at the sea.
But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
She adds with a smile. So yeah, having Kim around does make it harder. Okay, let's see. Please throw that on, and what else? Do we have anything that's hurting our suggestion? Our thoughts? Alright, -2. Let me still give it a shot, I guess.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Oh, even with the jacket, it didn't improve. I assume because of Kim. Alright, well. We'll worry about that later then. Oh, hey. Is this Joyce? What's she doing over here?
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordeleche red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse? And who is this scamp, anyway?
It's Cindy the Skull. I mean, I guess it could be... Who's the other person dressed in old lady clothes? Oh, Suna. Who is this scamp? Want me to look into it?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent.
So how do you like it here? Look around.
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village. Slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
She squints her eyes. We've used that phrase here as, yeah, I think we actually use it in reference to this village. The pornographically poor.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Yeah, try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the grey sky.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
What is an Isola exactly?
I'm guessing you don't know then.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place.
She nods.
Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
She corrects the scarf around her neck. Tell me now. We have time.
Do we?
He glances at his watch. Doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story, she will tell it only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit?
So that's it. Since we can talk to her after, or I guess towards the end. I'm assuming before the game wraps up, there'll be a chance to go around and tidy everything up. Being a corporate agent, she's actually not that bad. It's a lot more insightful than... Oh.
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend. Your weapon. The barrels of your Villiers 9mm pistol shine threateningly in the cold spring lights.
Kim, there's danger. Up ahead.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
He cups his ear. Alright, I'm ready to do this.
Good. Be ready to take damage.
I don't want to just take damage.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
There's a feverish gleam in his eyes.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Titus remains calm.
Shut up! Not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
Kim, what's going on here?
Shh.
Lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
Her tone is frighteningly emotionless. Also, there's 3 mercenaries here. I thought there was only 2 with Lely.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
She sounds very sure of herself.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
His voice is almost gentle.
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
It sounds like the armored figure is weeping. I really like the design of his armor. He has like that metallic hat on his head.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Lieutenant points to the helmeted figure.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed.
And he has a helmet on, the other two don't.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
He puts his hand on his holster. Whisper. The big one is the mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
He nods.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Yeah, we're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Lieutenant nods. Stop. This is the police. Get between them.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck!
It's the only word you can make out. It doesn't sound calm. I can see you're drunk.
Ah, yeah! Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
He looks around.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument. I'm barely keeping you together here. This is it, the big one. If you talk to him, he will rattle you, not the other way around. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Who is that? Point to the man. I didn't know you had a third guy.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
The armored woman smiles a vicious smile.
All of you cunts inside out.
What was that, Rude?
Rip you open.
Perhaps it's for the best. Him not talking too much.
The killer.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
He gestures towards himself, then he nods towards the woman, and then he points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate.
What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21.
Count the figures.
About 50 little stick figures. All of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end. These men served in Semonide, the native islanders.
You think you're real tough, huh? This killing is meaningless.
Huh?
He just stares at you with his watery eyes.
That struck some chord. A dark chord.
What are we waiting for? Let's blow that pig fucking mouth off his face.
Lance Corporal, just fucking shut up and wait for your order.
He turns to the woman. Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did then?
It was someone else. Someone who's not here now.
How fucking convenient.
He gives you a drunken stare and puts his hand on the gun. He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now, huh?
There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. Yeah, it had to have been... There's still that third area we didn't find. For the potential... Where the shot potentially came from. Because we checked with the boardwalk, from the failed building, and we checked Land's End with the radio tower. Still a third place, the island, that we didn't get a chance to check.
How about the kit? Tell me. It's a magic fucking sniper. One more time.
He points his gun at Elizabeth.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
She raises both hands. Think. Why doesn't he believe me?
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You move your mouth like a fish gasping for air.
No, she wasn't even there. Oh! He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle.
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
The woman grabs her left side. She's down. Her white skirt soaks a blood red around her abdomen. She gasps for air.
Fuck this!
The man starts pulling something from his pocket.
Gene! Cancel Lizzie! Now!
Big Man raises his hand.
He wants you to open fire on the mercenaries before he does. He's waiting for you and your partner to be the shield.
You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
He wipes his sweat from his brow.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
The woman's voice is furious.
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Wild Pine's rep does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
He laughs. It's a hollow laughter. Wild Pines is not going to forgive you, massacring a bunch of innocent people. The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening. You're working together. She knew you were out of control. She told me.
She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She doesn't give a shit about you, Silos.
He points to the sea.
Stay cool! How is she?
Titus shouts to his men in the background.
I'll be okay. I'll be...
She puts her bloody hand on her heart and starts shaking.
She'll be gone soon, too. Company bitch is gone. Lely's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
He looks around, tired suddenly. Sad even.
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Little guy breaks formation.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
Titus turns to his men as the other one runs to the yard. Alright, think of an argument.
Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick.
Just a question. Who's in charge of your unit after the death of your colonel?
I am a Grinnell Major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a retaliation strike.
So you're the highest ranking of the three of you.
Nah, I just have the biggest gun.
He raps on his armored barrel-like chest.
Technically, the other man has the biggest gun, but we're beyond that now.
Hold on. What's the highest ranking colonel?
King Reaper.
He says without irony. As leader of this group, reconsider your actions. This does not need to end in bloodshed.
You're right. But you see, I want it to end in bloodshed.
He pauses and smiles.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
Stand there quietly and hope nothing bad happens. I didn't even look at that option. Talk about Hanged Man.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
So I succeed that, but I didn't succeed in preventing Elizabeth from getting shot. I knew you weren't a gosh darn scab leader.
Yeah, I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Fucking food aid shit. That shit is done now. Trigger time.
He wipes his mouth. Who are you? A major?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
He points at the Whirling-in-Rags.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click, softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner. He's brothers with the deceased.
Oh. I wonder if we could have figured that out before this happened.
No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
And then he bellows. Cortiner. I know that name. He sways from left to right, inspecting you. Raoul and Elise Cortiner. Look him in the eye. I'm sorry about your brother, Raoul.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
They went to the same military academy, in the same unit, in the same war.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
He looks around, wipes his face with his armored glove.
Okay, good.
His parents left him in a freaking leaf compactor.
Who? Laylee?
Yes, when he was small, just an infant.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. That was in there. And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
He waves at the gang huddled by the doors.
There's real anguish in his voice. A drunken sadness suddenly engulfs him. Memories.
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
She glances at him.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kiptass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be.
He points toward the yard.
If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
He points to himself.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Benaital 41. That really happened, didn't it?
Our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one cunt or 100 of them. Rude here.
He points to him.
In your ship pipes, right in the fucking.
Indecipherable mumbling.
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored, Laylee knew how to command.
He was a good commander. I can see you miss him.
Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuckhell way better than I did. But that didn't happen, because Hayseed Bill and Kipty the Kipt here
He points to Titus and Eugene.
fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after. And you fucks did nothing.
He points at you.
Listen, man. We told you we...
Told us what? What did you say, tattoo fuck? You'll die next. Right when the she gets out.
He staggers forward. He had blue eyes, didn't he? Your brother.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man.
He smiles, pulling his face in a strange way.
It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or
I don't know what bitch is like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Your brother did not deserve to go out like that. I promise. I will find his killer.
Find his killer? Cop, his killers stand right there, shitting their pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them.
He waves at the men behind you.
They didn't.
The woman holds on to her side, teeth rattling.
Shush, sister. Blood's all gone out now. Not long to go till the rattle starts. 1 down, girl. 6 to go.
He squints at her.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Where's Clausia? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Clausia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Oh, it's Gart. Manager calls down from the balcony.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
Gart, what the hell are you doing here?
What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! You know how much windows cost?
Good old Gart. He points to the armored figures. What do you mean she left?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
Of course she did.
We should have arrested her.
Lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
The veins on the man's neck expand as he yells.
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this.
Alright, shoot Courtnair.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion.
Look through the smoke rising from the barrel.
The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence, slow, like a waterfall in reverse.
Look at Courtnair. There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward. Eyes filled with rage and disbelief. Gurgling, muttering something unintelligible.
His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. An Easter AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you.
Kim. Where is Kim?
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. In the background, the leader staggers.
Blink. Think.
You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. Absolute destruction. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. Time is running out.
Oh boy. Dodge the shot.
A low shot rings. You feel a tapping, like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate.
Completely forgot I had that on my chest. I thought I was shirtless, actually.
You got hit. The armor took most of it, but still your ribcage burns. Feels like blood is slowly seeping into your lungs.
Yeah, kudos to Titus, standing his ground. Everybody else is gone.
God, please.
Lieutenant says quietly, without trembling. He aims, face pale.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but It misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Kim, did he hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Much better than when he tried to shoot down the body at the beginning of the series. Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Oh God, watch out!
You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
Look him in the eye.
The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth. But he will do it. He is your end. Here it comes. Death.
Let it happen. I'm not going to dodge that.
You simply blink, then something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen through the darkness and the pain.
The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Touch your lower body.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
I don't care. Screw me.
You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very sharp, like broken teeth under your fingers.
Try to open your eyes. What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. Hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. The voice actor says apricots. Apricots. It's always there.
Stay with me.
You feel burning hot tears streaming from your eyes. It said I have a vast soul. Do I have a vast soul?
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
The lieutenant pushes down on your wound, hard.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
No, Kim.
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him.
I'm really glad I found that second bullet. I don't know how this would have played out had I not had 2 bullets.
You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
Did they shoot each other? I don't like this sentence. fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours. Hurting. Moaning in his sleep. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers. Thrashing in his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon he will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Caprice Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Kim better have survived.
You see the lieutenant's
Oh, thank
familiar
goodness.
shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kim.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
The lieutenant says he's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room, with the fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What happened?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
Is he dead?
Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
I'm a killer.
You're an officer of the RCM.
He continues without waiting for a reply.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him.
So I wonder what happens if I wasn't wearing the cuirass. Do I just take damage, or do I get outright killed? Because it said that it was an anti-vehicle weapon. It shoots 6 shots. If that hit me in the bare chest, like that would have disintegrated me, I assume.
He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit.
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
There's a pause.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene.
Yes, he's still alive too.
Nod.
You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Pole, before she got a jump on me. I killed her. And that's what happened.
Lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. How many casualties on the Union side, total?
4. Glenn, Theo, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets.
There's a pause.
And Elizabeth too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener.
Darn. I assume she would have survived if I had passed that. Was it a logic check? She did not make it.
No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her. Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership.
He shakes his head. If I would have presented the theory better to their leader.
She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them.
Stop this line of thought now. You're too broken for ghosts.
I thought you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And they're all dead. All three of the contractors.
The Pole was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
Why?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe...
He breathes in the fumes, thinking.
Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
So you also killed?
He nods.
And that's...
all.
He nods. Yeah, an absolute disaster.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
He says calmly.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet.
He rubs his swollen chin.
And we are still alive. Both of us.
He smiles.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
What did you say? Sunrise?
Sunrise parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
My gun. It's engraved on it.
It served you well.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
He looks out the window.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
He unzips his bomber jacket. Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay.
The room. It's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under-the-counter bad.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire.
Can I walk?
We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
I'm a psycho-locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is.
Has anyone from my station been to see me?
No.
Isn't that strange?
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Odd. You haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
There's a pause. If not my station, then who treated me?
I did.
Thank you.
No need.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much.
He rubs his chin.
Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
There's a pause. Okay, get up.
Easy now.
Lieutenant turns double again before your eyes. An orange hue of pain.
How are you?
I feel fantastic. Let's rock.
He nods.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce is gone?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad.
He looks out the window. Let's just be a conversation option with her before she left, I thought.
Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Wait, you've checked? She's really...
Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the Tribunal showing up.
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. The freaking Maybells. Kim, the flowers.
What?
Yank it out and show the dried flower, while it falls to pieces. This one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
No, Kim. Every piece of garbage in this city is connected to the case.
Okay.
He concedes, clearly not meaning it. This is because I'm La Puta Madre's peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
The gosh darn footprints.
Yes. God curse the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
He says. There's still a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
A light nod, through some pain.
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
An antique bullet from a Bell McGrave 4.46 millimeter. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
I can't believe they're so useless.
No need to be melodramatic.
You know what I think? Or think about? Solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
There's a short pause. I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
There's a pause.
The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics. Also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
We should check Mrs. Katarzyne Elasia's room upstairs. Forgot how to pronounce that.
Why not?
He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot.
Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
You see gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. The Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. Newly replaced glass, shining in the morning light. I'm going to call it here. In the next episode, we'll deal with these two other checks inside the room and go check out the ballistics, because the case isn't solved yet. That was quite the event. Really glad Kim didn't die. Sad that Elizabeth died. I guess the other deaths were not preventable. Maybe if I didn't shoot the guy, it could have been resolved peacefully. But instead, just stand there and hope nothing bad happens. So that's not the way to handle that. Huh. There's a lot to mull over. Either way, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.